Michael, developers reportedly told not to expect Switch 2 to launch before April of 2025. Tom Ivan over at BGC. We'll see. That's according to GamesIndustry.biz head Chris Dring, who discussed the launch plans for Switch's successor on the publication's latest podcast. Nintendo confirmed in May that it will announce its next console during its current fiscal year, which runs until March 31st of 2025. Quote, no developer I've spoken to expects it to be launching this financial year, end quote, Dring said. Quote, in fact, they've been told not to expect it in the current fiscal year. A bunch of people I spoke to hope it's out in April or May time. Still early next year, not late. I don't think any of us want a late launch for Switch 2 because we all want a new Nintendo console. Everyone gets very excited for it, and we don't want that crunch of GTA 6 and Switch and all the kind of stuff on top of each other. And quote, having launched in March of 2017, Michael, 2017, been a while. Switch is its 8th year on the market. In July, it surpassed the Famicom as a Nintendo console with the longest lifespan before being replaced. It feels like it's been a decade, to be honest. Reporting its first quarter earnings this month, Nintendo said Switch had sold 143 million units as of June 30th, 2024. It expects to sell 13.5 million Switch consoles this fiscal year, having sold 2.1 million in the first quarter. If Nintendo hits its hardware sales target, Switch will be without touching distance of the all-time record for console sales, which is currently held by the PS2. Dude, it is a juggernaut of a console, but yet it is so outdated that it's hard for me to get into.
Yeah, no, I mean, as you said, 2017 is how long it's been on the market. That's mind-blowing to me. It, again, feels like it's been at least a decade, to be honest, as well. But this all feels right. You know, as they said in the article, right? Let's beat GTA 6. Let's beat everything else that's coming out at the end of next year. But there's no need to rush it. As we talked about, we've already got a couple of big games coming out in early February that you also don't want to get crushed by. So that April, May timeline everyone's predicting, I think that makes total sense. I think there's probably some hope from Nintendo that you maybe hit that PS2 mark, right? If you can go into the Switch 2 saying the Switch was the greatest selling console of all time, the hype's just going to shoot up even more because people are going to say, wait, this is the sequel to the best-selling console? Sign me up. So it wouldn't shock me if that's also what Nintendo's saying, right? Like, okay, how long can we delay the Switch 2 so that we can at least get close? Maybe if we get lucky, break that all-time mark. Now, I don't know who's still going out and buying Switches when it feels like the Switch 2 is around the corner, but that's kind of where I think we are. It's, can we break that sales mark to use that as hype for the Switch 2, but also get the Switch 2 out before 2025 goes absolutely nuts with all the games that we've been hyping up?
No, absolutely. It's shocking because when the Switch launched, dude, it was already underpowered by like a whole generation. And look at the sales. Like, it apparently just doesn't matter, right? Nintendo is what Nintendo does, and Nintendo is just an incredible company who is able to take a tech and push that in this huge direction, and even not even worry about the graphic fidelity that you're comparing it with the Xbox and the PlayStation side of things. Do you think the Switch 2 is vastly different than the Switch 1?
No, I'll be honest. I think it's just going to be like, maybe it's a little bit, I don't even say bigger, right? Because the Switch is, the whole thing is it's a handheld that fits. So probably a little bit more power that you could fit in, probably a slightly better display. But yeah, I think we're just going to basically get upgraded hardware, but it's going to be, Switch 2.0 at this point. It won't even really, I don't even know if we can justify calling it Switch 2. It's just Switch with updated hardware to be as powerful as they can make it.
Absolutely. We'll keep you up to date with everything on the Switch 2 on ITGTV.com.